regulators called it, quote, animal hoarding to a T. Documents from the Oneida County Health Department describe dogs, walls, floors, and play areas covered with feces and urine. Those factors and others led to state regulators to suspend the license of It Matters to One operator Stephanie Schneider. We wanted to know more and got government records through the state's open records law. Newswatch 12's Ben Meyer has reviewed those records and has spoken with people with first-hand experience of the situation. He joins us now with more. Ben, good evening.
Good evening to you, Stephanie. State regulators have never suspended a dog facility operator license until now. The state has been granting licenses since 2011, but Stephanie Schneider was the first to have one suspended. Records point to possible animal neglect at It Matters to One. Records supported by videos of the rescue center and former volunteers. And as a warning, some of the images may be disturbing, to some viewers.
Ready? Over here.
Betty has considered herself a dog lover for a long time. So it only made sense to her to volunteer at It Matters to One in Sugar Camp.
I thought it was a good thing. I like the name of it. It Matters to One. That kind of hit me.
Betty, who prefers we only use her first name, spent a few months volunteering there last year. But it wasn't long until she saw dirty kennels, lack of care, and signs of animal mistreatment.
It was so filthy back there, and just, I couldn't do it. My spirit was broken. I couldn't do it anymore.
What Betty describes matches closely with the findings of government regulators and pictures, videos, and text messages submitted to the Oneida County Health Department. Oneida County Public Health Nurse Robbie Dede found evidence of vomit and diarrhea in several places. He documented exposed electrical wiring, medications throughout the building, and surfaces covered with urine and feces. Food and water were apparently an issue. One employee texted another, "These dogs are literally starving." A different employee texted operator Stephanie Schneider, "This is just ridiculous. They shouldn't have to go this long without water." Schneider replied, "They can go without water for a few hours."
Worms were another thing. Bloody stool with lots of worms.
An employee even documented the time Schneider didn't show up for her own shifts, counting 7 instances between November and January. On March 8th, Wisconsin's Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection suspended Schneider's license to operate It Matters to One. State veterinarian Dr. Paul McGraw was involved in that decision.
We don't just go out and pick on an individual. We have standards across the program.
It was the first time a license was suspended in the 6-year history of the program.
Basically, to suspend is a higher level. When we suspend, that's got to be imminent danger for either the public or the animals.
The state had been aware of issues since at least May, sending a warning letter to Schneider on May 24th. A different letter, sent by Rhinelander veterinarian Dr. Brian Buchberger in early 2017, said facts clearly indicate exorbitant neglect, especially since it was in a situation that claims to help animals. In early February, the Oneida County Sheriff's Office seized 39 animals from It Matters to One, and Schneider was arrested on February 16th. Betty had already quit a month and a half earlier, saying she wasn't able to take it anymore.
It totally hurt my heart. It broke my spirit.
Now she's wishing for something different in the rescue's future.
I hope that It Matters to One will be reopened by somebody who actually cares about the place and could keep it the way it should be.
And now, 7 weeks after her arrest, Schneider has yet to be charged with a crime. Oneida County Assistant District Attorney Mary Sawinski told me today a charging decision will likely be made in the coming weeks. And reached by text message, Schneider did not agree to an interview for this story. We also left a message for the owners of the property in Sugar Camp, but did not hear back. Many of the dogs formerly under Schneider's care are now being protected at different places around Wisconsin. Stephanie?
All right, thank you, Ben. Well, it was a windy day out there today. We turn it over now to Jeff Weller for a full look at your forecast. Good evening, Jeff.
Hey, Stephanie, we dialed back the